I've said that Toy Story should have ended with the incinerator, but then we got Toy Story of Terror. And yeah, I might just have to take that back. Before there was a fourth Toy Story movie, back when this series was just a trilogy, Pixar gave us this little era of short films to continue the story. Something that gave you just enough extra Toy Story to satisfy your curiosity without needing to do a whole new movie. And during this era, we got something that I think a lot of people nowadays forget even exists. A mini movie called Toy Story of Terror. This movie is so much more than just your typical Pixar short film. It's a whole TV special that manages to do multiple film genres all within about 20 minutes. It gave us new characters, got the audience more attached to Bonnie, and ran a really well thought out marketing campaign for the Halloween season. And probably the biggest thing they did with this is finally put Jessie in the spotlight. And I think a lot of people were happy to see this. Jessie was such an amazing character when they first introduced her back in the second film, but ever since then, we haven't really seen much of her solo. Sure, she had somewhat of a role in Toy Story 3, and then in 4 she was basically non-existent, so it's great to see more of Jessie. And this film really builds on her character from Toy Story 2, and has her overcoming her fears. And what I love about Toy Story of Terror is how it manages to do this dark, eerie mystery that was supposed to be a Halloween special without actually being much about Halloween at all. In fact, the holiday is never even mentioned. It's just a completely self-isolated hotel mystery within the world of Toy Story. And let me tell you, they really knew how to do a good mystery. When you watch this for the first time, it legitimately has you on edge. Not because it's overly scary or anything, but simply because of how well they did this unraveling mystery. When the toys start being picked off one by one, you genuinely have no idea what's going on, and it keeps you in actual suspense. And can we talk about that bathtub scene? I'm not someone who watches horror, but I know this is an obvious reference to the genre. I just think that this one little part of the movie is so well done. The jump scare actually takes you off guard a little. And right before it shows you who's chasing Jessie, it cuts to a commercial break. Because this did originally air on ABC back in 2014. And by the time we get back to the movie, it completely changes the tone from this point moving forward. It's at this point that you completely forget that this was a Halloween special in the first place. Going forward, it's your typical Toy Story short film, and I really love that actually. It lets the mystery linger just long enough without being drawn out, and it gives you a completely different feel for the second half of the short film. We discover that the innkeeper and his pet lizard were behind the disappearances, which makes for some pretty funny irony considering how this goes from being so dark and serious, making you think that there's something supernatural going on, only to reveal that it was actually just a lizard and a greedy toy collector. And can we talk about how this guy is literally Al McWiggins 2.0? He's a complete carbon copy. And what makes this so fitting is that this parallel actually works really well to build Jessie's character by putting her in the same situation she had with Al, but this time she's forced to overcome her fears. Jessie saves the day, the toys escape, and are returned safely back to Bonnie. And this was the same Bonnie we knew from Toy Story 3, before they turned her into a completely different character in 4. I really just love this whole era of Toy Story, and I hope that at some point after Toy Story 5, they go back to giving us these Toy Story tunes, because they really are such a great way to build on the movies. I really do just have an appreciation for the effort that was put into this TV special, and you can tell they put a decent budget into it also, because the animation looks right on par, possibly even better than Toy Story 3. And that goes for the rest of the Toy Story tunes as well. We had Angus MacLane direct this, the same guy that directed Lightyear, and as much as people hate Lightyear, he really did an amazing job on this. Anyway, let me hear your thoughts on Toy Story of Terror. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.